Well, the presidential matchup is all but decided this Super Tuesday, but there are some other interesting stories this Super Tuesday.
Fox 26 political reporter Greg Groogan is speaking with Rice University political professor Mark Jones about today's big races. Greg?
Yeah, Caroline and Rashi, glad to be teamed up on this Super Tuesday once again with the maestro of Texas political analysis. Mark, let's get right to it. Sure. The biggest race here in Harris County is that for District Attorney, incumbent Kim Ogg versus challenger Sean Teare. Your polling has shown that Sean Teare has a substantial lead. Do you expect that to hold up?
I do. I think the moment the early vote numbers come in, which will be about 60% of the electorate, we'll be able to say that Sean Teare will be the next DA of Harris County. He'll have to go through the formality of a November election, but since Harris County is increasingly tilting blue, he'll likely be a lock to win there.
Okay, another big race. Congressional District 18, where Sheila Jackson Lee is going for her 16th term in office, being challenged by Amanda Edwards. That race much closer? Much
closer. The Congresswoman's, I think, being challenged. This is the toughest or most competitive primary she's had in her career. You have to go back to her 1994 victory over then Congressman Craig Washington to find something similar. Edwards is giving her a run for her money. I think that's an election where we'll likely not know the results until sometime in the morning.
All right, Mark. Democrats are also choosing a challenger to take on Republican Senator Ted Cruz. Dallas Congressman Colin Allred has a substantial lead. Do you think he can close out tonight, get 50+1?
I do. So to avoid the May runoff, he has to get 50% plus 1. I think he'll get well over that. His principal challenger, Roland Gutierrez, a state senator from San Antonio, simply has not really been able to gain much traction, and none of the other candidates have come close.
All right, Mark. Also on our radar tonight, 4 Houston area House seats where I guess we're talking about Ken Paxton going out against these Republicans because they voted for his impeachment. Does he have a chance of unseating any or all of them?
Well, I don't think he has any chance of unseating Briscoe Cain down in Deer Park. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for him to defeat Lacey Hull and here in the Memorial area. Mano Diala, he might be able to defeat him with John Perez, and J.C. Chetan is vulnerable to Matt Morgan out in Sugar Land, Fort Bend County. Okay,
let's talk about turnout because it's been very low. What kind of impact can that have on the outcomes?
Well, I think in these Republican races, we tend to see the base, the more conservative voters have a greater say, so it tends to aid the most conservative candidates running, all things held constant. On the Democratic side, it tends to help incumbents who are better known. These are the people who've been voting for them time and time again. So I think it really depends. I think here in Harris County, we're going to be lucky if we get to 400,000. We're probably not going to get there. It's going to be closer to 375,400, which is pretty low turnout for a presidential election year, but there's nothing at the top of the ticket to drive turnout.
All right, Mark's going to be with us all night long. We'll be reporting on our newscast, but also streaming almost nonstop on fox26houston.com, which you can also access through Fox Local. So we hope you'll join us. Caroline and Rashi, back to